Welcome back to In Ohio Country. Today, Big Dan Wilson alongside of Gary Jackson. And we're here at the Farm Science Review again this year, Gary. And just a beautiful day here. Of course, we're at the home of the Ohio Soybean Council, which is one of our fine sponsors. We'll have several interviews from members of the Ohio Soybean Council board. We'll also have several stories in the upcoming weeks for our television show from various other vendors that are here today. But boy, what a great time it is when we come to Farm Science Review. And want to give a big shout out to the two guys that helped put it together for us.
Well, Matt Sullivan, Nick Zachrich, boy, you can't ask for any two better people to work with the media. And they bend over backwards for us, and we appreciate that very much. And just good guys that know what we need, and we appreciate that very much.
Well, if you want more information about Farm Science Review, either the upcoming one or things that you may have missed at this year's review, you can always go to their website at fsr.osu.edu or visit us at our website at inohiocountry.com. We'll be back with this week's episode right after this.
Welcome to the 30-second tour of your local poet plant. Local producers sell us tons of their grain. We grind it, mix it with water and special enzymes. The result is fermented, distilled, and dehydrated until it's 200 proof alcohol. Corn oil is extracted, and protein and nutrients are condensed, dried, and turned into animal feed, bringing our tour to an end with high-protein feed and cleaner-burning high-octane fuel. Visit poet.com to learn more.
United Equity, Inc. is your locally owned farm-based cooperative. For agronomic services, we offer seed and a full line of dry and liquid fertilizer, as well as soil sampling by soil type, grid, or management zone to best utilize your fertilizer application. Call us to discuss agronomic services customized for you. Reach your best yields with United Equity, serving Allen, Auglaize, Mercer, Putnam, and Van Wert counties. Visit us on the web at unitedequityinc.com.
Hug hills, valleys, and uneven terrain this harvest with the MacDon FD1 series, available at your local Apple Farm Service. Flex and float over uneven terrain with Flex Float technology. Adjust the Feed Max X system to match your combine's performance capabilities. Grab lodged crops with the tight 4-inch wheel finger spacing, and stay in the cab longer with the optional in-cab side draper speed control. The MacDon FD1 series, available at your local Apple Farm Service.
Hello once again. We're visiting now with the Ohio Department of Agriculture Director, Dorothy Philander. Dorothy, it's good to have you with us.
Great to be here today.
Well, tell us a little bit about your family farm operation as Director of Agriculture here in the state. That's really nice to know that we have someone from the family farm.
Well, you know, the best news for Ohio farmers is that we have a governor who's a farmer, you know, and the families that farm his farms are talking with him daily about what the situation is on the ground. So it's something that's a part of him each and every day. I live on the family farm where I was raised, and you know, growing up on that farm, the issues of wildlife management, invasive species, water quality, and soil erosion were things that my mom, my dad, my brother, and sisters dealt with every day.
Yeah.
So, you know, we learned about why our ponds that we have on our property were suddenly changing, and that what we were doing on the land was affecting the water quality. So I come to this job now, serving Governor DeWine in this capacity, with a real passion for those issues and that kind of a background.
Well, after you look at all the years, some of the same challenges exist, but we seem to be getting new challenges all the time, and it's something that a lot of times a person in your position has to think a little bit out of the box.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that Governor DeWine charged me with when I first took office was to make the state of Ohio my office, and to travel the state visiting with farmers at their kitchen tables, in their fields, and with groups, to hear firsthand about the issues they were facing. Governor DeWine was able to join me on those visits too at some times, and I think he could see, not only hear, but also see physically the stress and the concern in the farmers' voices. And you know, when we talk about stress, this isn't just about the farm, because of course all of us as farmers know that a farm involves the entire family, the wife, the children, and sometimes many generations that are working there. So as we began to see what was happening this spring, that field after field went unplanted, in standing water or in knee-high weeds, we understood that mental health was just as much a part of the solution as the funds and the resources we were able to give them physically. I'm so proud of Governor DeWine's efforts through Recovery Ohio to help us create a program called Got Your Back, in which we are providing tools, so to speak, for farm families to avail themselves of each of their individual counties so that they can learn how to move forward and to maintain a healthy mental attitude about what's happening on their farm now and in the future.
Well, it wasn't too long ago, I guess back in the 80s, maybe it was a long time ago, but back in the 1980s, we had farm stress where a lot of farms were having to be sold, and similar kinds of stresses existed. We're seeing people noticed here at the Farm Science Review. Jolene Brown was here doing a fantastic presentation on family stress, and that's something that a lot of times people don't like to talk about the estate because they have to start thinking about dying, and that's not always a fun thing to do, but it's necessary today. It's vital to the continuation of the family farm.
Well, farmers are like everyone else. Very few people are willing to talk openly about mental health issues. That's why we understand that we need to be very proactive about it in reaching out through the programs we had here and through our Department of Agriculture to be very proactive in reaching out to the farmers with the resources that we have available to them.
You've had a chance to visit most of Ohio and talk with a lot of farm families and non-farm families as well. What kind of priorities do you see that might be implemented in the future? I know I'm sort of asking you to be a prognosticator here, but any kind of challenges that you see that programs might fit into?
I think as the conversations continue throughout the spring and summer, the biggest question farmers have is this weather pattern an anomaly? Or is this something that is the trend of the future? And if so, how do we as farm families prepare for this kind of weather change in the years coming forward? Despite the concern and the stress, the one thing I noted was, and we heard this today with some of the farm families, farming continues to be the number one industry because farmers continue to be innovative and hopeful. Tomorrow is another day. The most exciting thing to me as I traveled the state was to talk to our future farmers, our students in high school and college, and to talk to them about what their interest is in farming. Some of them will return to the family farm, but others are talking about degrees in animal nutrition, artificial intelligence, things that we don't normally think about with agriculture, but that are going to be absolutely critical to agriculture moving forward. And again, being here at the Farm Science Review and seeing the hundreds of students here looking at the latest equipment, talking with people about the latest innovations is just so exciting for all of us to see.
Well, you had an opportunity to help present the Conservation Awards to some really fine families that have done an immense and very good job of conserving their farmland.
Yes, and how inspiring it is that these farmers have been doing this for years, sometimes decades. We recognize that the things that they've been doing are difficult, expensive, and sometimes through trial and error, finding that what works and what doesn't work. But truly, they are an inspiration for all of us moving forward.
Well, I know you have a busy schedule. If some of the viewers would like to get in touch, find out a little bit more about what the department has to offer them as farm families, what's the best way for them to, what should they do to contact you?
We have so many ways to contact our department. First, through our website. Second, we have telephone numbers, a variety of telephone numbers that will direct you either to the main line or to divisions within our department. And third, through Facebook. And so we've got a great communications team that's really been very innovative in terms of outreach to our farm families and our communities. So I look forward to hearing from all of you.
Well, thank you for being with us today. We really enjoyed the conversation, and good luck in the future.
Thank you.
And stay with us, back with more right after this.
Allen Davis Insurance Agency in Wapakoneta and Minster is your solutions provider. You can trust the experienced professionals at Allen Davis Insurance to protect your assets. Call today and start saving money with multi-policy discounts and more for auto, home, life, business, recreational, total farm protection, and more. Call Allen Davis Insurance Agency in Wapakoneta and Minster. We are your solutions provider. Call 1-800-686-2148.
Sinus problems and headaches? Have a sneaking suspicion there's mold lurking about? With over 20 years in business, you can trust the professionals at EarthSafe Ozone. They will test, inspect, and treat your home or office, eliminating mold, mildew, fungus, and bacteria. It's time to put an end to pesky mold. Call 419-227-0303 to schedule your mold spore test today.
S&S Volvo is your locally owned heavy-duty truck dealership in the area with a full line of Volvo and Isuzu trucks. We offer Volvo, Isuzu, Cummins, and GM parts and service weekdays until midnight until 4:30 p.m. on Saturdays. We also have leasing and rental options to meet your needs. We have the expertise to get and keep you on the road. Stop by at 2600 St. John's Road or visit us at ssvolvo.com to see our wide selection of new and used truck inventory.
Hello once again, everybody. From Farm Science Review, we're visiting with Bill Bates, and he is the Vice Chair of the Ohio Soybean Council. Bill, can you tell us as we visit a little bit about where your operation is located and what operation it is?
Sure. I'm from Hancock County. Arlington is the town, a little bit south of Findlay, Ohio. We farm about 700 acres of corn, soybeans, and wheat. We have a 25 cow-calf operation. So we bale hay and all the things associated with cattle. I have 4 children that were all in 4-H. They're still 3 of them are still at home, and I have one at Miami University studying architecture this fall.
Well, you don't look too tired.
They definitely do keep you young. They do keep you running around, so you don't have time to sit around and think about things too much.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Ohio Soybean Council. This is an exciting time. There's a lot of new things going on.
Oh, yes. We have several new things going on. 3 of the things that are important to the Soybean Council are research, demand, and education. And in those groups, the council has a total members of about 18 farmer members, and we all divide ourselves up onto those 3 committees. And then our staff, headed by Kirk Merritt, we divide those duties up, and the staff takes those, and the farmers advise them on how to spend the money on those projects.
Well, it truly is a grassroots organization.
Oh, yes. Started in 1991. We have been around a few years, and we use the farmers' checkoff dollars, which is half of 1%, and we take those and invest those in different things to bring value to the products that are our soybeans.
You know, Bill, over the years, I've watched the checkoff start and get to where it is today. I have to say that, and I guess I'm bragging in a little bit, but I've watched Ohio sort of lead the pack.
We have been very leading in our research and demand. With some of our partners, Battelle and Ohio State University, we've been able to return over $5 per every dollar spent on the checkoff, which is very, very good. With our committees and our leadership, we've been able to take advantage of where we are and the high quality product that we grow here in Ohio.
And with such organizations as Battelle, I've seen various products be developed by using some of that research and the checkoff dollars.
Yes. Some of the new things that we have coming out is Enzo meal, which is fish food, which is being used all over the world. Right now, Goodyear is making tires for us through soybean oil. We have another company called Roof Max, which has developed a spray to extend the life of your shingles, your asphalt shingles on your roofs, along with many of the other products that if anybody comes and visits us here at the Farm Science Review, and we've been at the State Fair, we have these products on display.
I would imagine that this allows you, with everything that's being done and all the advancements and all the potential, this allows that kind of information to filter down into the classroom and possibly pique the interest of some maybe some students that might not even live on the farm that agriculture can support as far as new jobs in the future.
Yes, that's the education part of our organization. That we go out. We've started a education program called Grow Next Gen, which develops a curriculum for the science teachers in schools, and they can go to our website on Grow Next Gen and get those and actually adapt those right off the website to their classroom and educate the kids about what's going on in agriculture.
And I guess Grow is sort of is a part of a new theme that the Soybean Council is putting forth today.
Yes, that's some of our theme for this year, which our staff really works hard on trying to always make things up to date and new, and that and we're that's the theme of the report this year is Grow.
Well, whenever you have an annual meeting, it's sort of nice to have all these advancements and doing so well for that farmer and putting that checkoff dollar to so much good use. Must be pleasant to look forward to an annual meeting to tell other farmers, other soybean farmers, what kind of job the organization is doing.
That's the main purpose of the Soybean Council, is to let the farmers, the members, know what we're doing with those dollars. And just like I have been on the council for 7 years, each farmer is on the council for 3 years at a time, and you can be renewed up to 3 times, so you can serve a total of 9 years. So we're always looking for new farmers to come on board and be a part of this, so they have an understanding of what's going on and how important the research and development is, research and demand of what the council is trying to do to promote our own product.
And by having as many farmers involved, to go with the number of staff that are so diversified in what they do, nobody really has to work too hard, do they?
No. It's really been quite a pleasure for me my whole time that I've been on. I really enjoy it. You find out exactly what your dollars are being spent for, and I think if most farmers, if they would have a chance to come to one of our meetings or even talk to us here at Farm Science Review or at the fair, they would agree with us.
Well, now you're located just south of Findlay, and there's soybean farmers around the state. If someone would like to get a little bit more information and they're not near one of you guys, what's the best way for them to get that info?
Oh, they can always go to our website, Ohio Soybean, and check out what we're doing. Hopefully they'll stop in here at the Farm Science Review and see us, but really the website's a really good resource to go to. We have many things. We have some leadership programs that they can get involved in, and there's always they can always just call the Soybean Council or call any of the members, and they can find out our names and numbers on the website and give us a call. We'd be happy to talk with them.
Bill Bateson, the Vice Chair of the Ohio Soybean Council, has been our guest. Bill, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And stay with us, back with more right after this.
I'm Terry McClure, a fifth-generation soybean farmer. Farming can be tough, but we have the Ohio Soybean Council investing farmers' dollars to find new uses for soybeans. Their research helps develop better beans for livestock, poultry, and for people. It also helps create new products like soy-based cleaning supplies and ink cartridges, plus cleaner-burning soy biodiesel. Soybeans are Ohio's #1 agricultural export. To learn more, visit soyohio.org.
S&S Volvo is your locally owned heavy-duty truck dealership in the area with a full line of Volvo and Isuzu trucks. We offer Volvo, Isuzu, Cummins, and GM parts and service weekdays until midnight until 4:30 p.m. on Saturdays. We also have leasing and rental options to meet your needs. We have the expertise to get and keep you on the road. Stop by at 2600 St. John's Road or visit us at ssvolvo.com to see our wide selection of new and used truck inventory.
Hug hills, valleys, and uneven terrain this harvest with the MacDon FD1 series, available at your local Apple Farm Service. Flex and float over uneven terrain with Flex Float technology. Adjust the Feed Max X system to match your combine's performance capabilities. Grab lodged crops with the tight 4-inch reel finger spacing, and stay in the cab longer with the optional in-cab side draper speed control. The MacDon FD1 series, available at your local Apple Farm Service.
Allen Davis Insurance Agency in Wapakoneta and Minster is your solutions provider. You can trust the experienced professionals at Allen Davis Insurance to protect your assets. Call today and start saving money with multi-policy discounts and more for auto, home, life, business, recreational, total farm protection, and more. Call Allen Davis Insurance Agency in Wapakoneta and Minster. We are your solutions provider. Call 1-800-686-2148.
Hello once again, everybody. We're visiting with Jerry Bambauer. Jerry is a member of the Ohio Soybean Council. He's been on the biodiesel committee with Soybean Council. Jerry, first of all, tell us a little bit about that farming operation you have in Auglaize County.
I farm with my son in Auglaize and Shelby County, and we grow soybeans, corn, and wheat. And we're trying to develop into a little bit of the malt barley. We're working with that, experimenting to see how that could fit into our operation also.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the biodiesel situation. I guess that the Ohio Soybean Council involved with that from the early days of getting more and more of that produced. And it's been a long road, but where are we today?
Well, we've really basically developed the biodiesel industry and started in the early to mid-90s. We've had a lot of help from the USB and the Ohio Soybean Council promoting it here. We started out with very little, and we're probably up to about 2.5 billion gallon now at this point in time, so we've made a lot of progress in the process. We had a real push here about 4 years ago, when we lost our soybean oil into the food industry. With the zero trans fats, we had a surplus then. We weren't allowed to use the soybean oil into our food processing, and we had a surplus of that, and that was really the real jump into the soy biodiesel, and it's been very beneficial to agriculture, to the industry here. We feel right now we're about 63 cents a gallon advantaged by having the biodiesel produced here. And it's something that's used a lot of the surplus. A lot of times they talk about food for fuel. This was a surplus product that we needed to have a use for, and I think we've got a pretty good use here. It's very environmentally friendly, and there's very little exhaust, and it's a lot of the carbon emissions are eliminated by it. It increases lubricity of our diesel engine since we've had the ultra-low sulfur diesel. So yes, we've come a long way, and we're hoping to move ahead. We really appreciate the farmers of America, really, that helps give us the checkoff funds that we're able to use in this process by promoting new uses and to increasing the use of some of the other ones there that we have. So it's a good working relationship, developing new products, and especially something like this where it's very good for our environment and our general public.
Jerry, is there room for growth in the amount of biodiesel that could be produced?
Absolutely, there's a growth there. It's a advanced biofuel. It fits into the RFS that we're being challenged with. Again, we're getting a number of the small refinery exemptions coming by, and this always hurts us a little bit as far as the production there. I sometimes think the general public doesn't realize the advantage of the biodiesel in the process. As I understand it, in Ohio, a lot of people are using biodiesel that don't realize it, because if we have less than 5% in our diesel fuel, they don't label it. So there's no evidence that it's there, but the processors, the refiners, and the marketers realize the process. I know my local distributor uses it all the time. He's been very critical about getting the best quality he can get, and he puts it in all his diesel fuel, and he said, "Can I get some?" He said, "You get it, don't worry about it." So it's there for us.
Jerry Bambauer has been our guest. Jerry, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much for having us. We appreciate your support of the agriculture industry.
United Equity Inc. is your locally owned farm-based cooperative. For agronomic services, we offer seed and a full line of dry and liquid fertilizer, as well as soil sampling by soil type, grid, or management zone to best utilize your fertilizer application. Call us to discuss agronomic services customized for you. Reach your best yields with United Equity, serving Allen, Auglaize, Mercer, Putnam, and Van Wert counties. Visit us on the web at unitedequityinc.com.
Sinus problems and headaches? Have a sneaking suspicion there's mold lurking about? With over 20 years in business, you can trust the professionals at EarthSafe Ozone. They will test, inspect, and treat your home or office, eliminating mold, mildew, fungus, and bacteria. It's time to put an end to pesky mold. Call 419-227-0303 to schedule your mold spore test today.
Closed captioning paid for in part by the following. Are you looking to buy or sell farmland? Then work with a company that works for you. Ron Spencer Real Estate. Founded in 1975, Ron Spencer specializes in farmland, agricultural, and commercial real estate. Check him out on the web with 3 locations to serve you. Ron Spencer Real Estate at rsre.com. That's rsre.com.
Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today from the, well, we used to call it the house that's soy built, but it's the location at Farm Science Review for the Ohio Soybean Council. We had a great episode today and even more stories coming your way from Farm Science Review.
You know, I like to call it it's the place where you can find out about all things soy, and you know that maybe that's talking just sort of up here, but soy in Ohio has done so much over the years. They've advanced so much. They've given to the soy industry throughout the country so much, and I like how the soy councils work together, just like agriculture in Ohio works together with the university system, with organizations, with farmers, with the media. We're all in this together, and that is so nice.
Well, what's even nicer is the support that we get from our good friends at the Ohio Soybean Council. We couldn't do it without Kirk Merritt and all the fine people that work for him, and without them, we probably couldn't be on the air. So we want to thank them very much for their support of our television show, In Ohio Country Today. For more information, check us out on the web at inohiocountry.com.
.com.
Have a good day, everybody.